That's kind of how I missed out on Max B. I'm just being straight up honest. And Jim ended up signing him because Jim seen the vision, but because Jim had an outside vision of Max. I grew up with Max, Charlie Rambo, nigga play all day. Nigga throwing piss on the bums, joking all the time. So when he came to me and said he gonna start rapping, I was like, yo, Charlie, stop playing. His exact words was killer. They were like, no, let's get this shit clicking like Dorothy's heels. I said, yo, this nigga play too much, man. So sometimes you gotta see the vision, but it's a lot of people that I seen that not necessarily still live in New York. They live outside of New York, and still people who live in New York who be like, Cam, I'm from Harlem. You gotta put me on, da 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 da. And it's like, bro, let me tell you one thing about Harlem. If you good or you hot, they gonna support. Harlem can't wait to branch on to somebody that's good and say, yo, these niggas is hot, or this person hot. Let's move, let's do it. Not only that, the other boroughs will pick up. Cause you know how many niggas from Queens or Brooklyn or the Bronx, everybody come to Harlem, or at least they used to. So niggas be like, yo, you got a Harlem nigga? You know how frustrating it used to be watching 100 niggas from Long Island get on? EPMD, Eric B, Rakim, motherfucking Bismarck E. And then you think about Queens, you think about LL Cool J, Tribe Called Quest, Nas, 50 Cent, Run DMC. The list goes on. Brooklyn, shit, Big Daddy Kane, motherfucking fat, all these people. So in Harlem, we used to say like, yo, Harlem got a jinx, man. Harlem got a jinx. I don't think none of us ever getting on because nobody had been on since Dougie Fresh, Rob Bass, or Kumo D. It was a drought till Mase came and broke the drought, so.
Our fans, we just sold out the Brooklyn Paramount less than 24 hours. Nobody had to double back and get y'all another day. January 17th, Brooklyn Paramount, the double back. We calling it the double back dawn. That's the name of this joint right here, the double back dawn, part 2. We coming out, we gonna make it a movie. You already know, Max Bigavell signing out. Peace.
Where the wave was invented. Downstairs, under me. Child, ask Bigavell. Y'all call him Bigavell Max B. I know him as Charlie Rambo.
Charlie Rambo.
I'm from the building where the wave was invented, and it was invented after I was born. I'm a top fan. And no disrespect to Bigavell, because that's my brother. That's my little brother. I just spoke to Max motherfucking 2 weeks ago. That's my brother. Max tell you though, I've been outside. I'm from the building where the wave was invented.
I gotta keep it straight. The wave is really back outside and the city is acting like it's been waiting years for this moment. Max B is home, and the minute he touched down, the whole internet flipped like somebody hit a light switch on New York.
Max Bigavell, aka Charlie Rambo, is moving like he never left, and that's exactly what people been craving. For years, folks been saying the game lost that raw, smooth Harlem flavor, that wavy street soul only certain artists can bring. Now Max slides right back into position like he never missed a single bar, and you can feel the shift everywhere. And he didn't pop out solo either. He linked up with 2 Harlem bosses who already built their own empires, Mase and Cam'ron. That's a serious power lineup right there. 3 different generations of Harlem energy on one board, all of them running their own lanes and making big moves daily. Pink horsepower energy all over the city. Max B is stepping back into the game with strategy, confidence, and the right team behind him. Every move feels calculated, like he's setting chess pieces instead of just chasing clout. At this point, it doesn't look like there's any slowing him down at all. And let's be real, after doing all those years, most people would need a long time just to adjust and breathe again. But Max didn't just find balance, he found momentum. He came home like he hit the ground running, and it really feels like the universe low-key shifted in his favor. The cosigns are flying in heavy too. You got ASAP Ferg showing love, French Montana tapping in, even Luca Brasi giving the wave his stamp. These aren't small names. These are people who've always understood how much Max meant to the streets and to the sound, and now they're standing beside him loud and proud. But there's something even bigger going on than just cosigns. It feels like there's a wild energy floating over New York City and the whole East Coast right now. Something in the air changed the second Max stepped back outside, and the proof is in the shows. Max B is selling out dates back to back. They literally had to double book him because tickets were gone in under 24 hours. That kind of momentum hasn't been seen in a minute. If you're not moving like NBA YoungBoy numbers right now, you're not touching this kind of hype at all. Pay attention, because Max B is clearly moving different. Salute to the wave because it's still strong as ever. Max is running through clubs, packing out rooms, shutting down venues, and the craziest part, he's doing all this off mostly classic material. No big new album rollout yet, just songs people been holding on to for over a decade like they dropped yesterday. People waited so long to hear those records live because he never got the chance to really tour them. He was locked up before he could truly cash in as a performer, so now the whole city is finally getting what it's been starving for. Max B on stage in person, doing those joints they used to play on bootleg CDs and DatPiff uploads. New York is moving wild right now because of this man. The whole city feels alive again, like that classic Harlem sound finally shook the streets after all these years. It's that energy people been missing, melodic, grimy, smooth, and disrespectfully confident all at the same time. Max came home and pushed the button instantly, and on top of the music, he just lined himself up with one of the smartest moves he could have made, connecting directly with Cam and Mase. Shout out Cam'ron, shout out Mase. When those two step into a situation, you already know Harlem is active again. It doesn't just feel like Harlem is back talking, it feels like Harlem is actually winning again. Cam and Mase got one of the hottest shows in the culture right now. Their ears are sharp, their influence is real, and their platform is jumping like crazy.
My fans, we just sold out the Brooklyn Paramount less than 24 hours. Nobody had to double back and get y'all another day. January 17th, Brooklyn Paramount, the double back. We calling it the double back dawn. That's the name of this joint right here, the double back dawn, part 2. We coming out, we gonna make it a movie. You already know, Max Bigavale signing out. Peace.
Now, Max B slides in fresh home, linked with the right people, bringing his own wave back with him at the perfect time. How do you lose with that kind of lineup? You can't. That's a setup for straight wins. And there's even more history behind it. Cam already told the story of how he knew Charlie Rambo way back, long before the world called him Max B. These dudes grew up in the same building. The connection was always real, the history was deep, it just wasn't activated yet. Cam said himself he didn't fully see the vision back then, but now the timing hit perfect and everything finally lined up the way it was supposed to. That's why seeing them together in 2025 hit so different. It's not just business, it's a circle finally closing. Cam kept it all the way honest about his early view of Max. He said on It Is What It Is that he basically fumbled the situation at first by not taking Charlie Rambo serious when he was younger. And you can't even blame him fully. A lot of people from the hood pull up just because they know you, thinking that automatically means they should get a shot. But it don't work like that in real life. Max B was one of the rare ones who actually shined through all that noise. Straight diamond out the rough. He proved himself, he proved his sound, and he proved he could stand alone. He wasn't just funny or loud, he was really talented with a unique wave nobody could copy. Cam even broke it down with one of the hardest lines about the wave legacy. Where the wave was invented, damn Stee under me, ask Big y'all, call him Big Max. Me, I know him as Charlie Rambo. Charlie Ram, bro. Charlie, I'm from the building where the wave was invented and it was invented after I was born. That's not just a flex, that's cultural documentation. That's Harlem history stamped in one quote. And it's not just Cam talking like that. A lot of us experience the same thing he described. People hit you all the time like, put me in position, we from the same block. But if you don't got the skill and don't know how to express it, it shows fast. That's just life.
Where the wave was invented. Damn Steve's under me. Child, ask Bigavale. Y'all call him Bigavale Max B. I know him as Charlie Rambo.
Charlie Rambo.
I'm from the building where the wave was invented and was invented after I was born. I'm a top fan. And no disrespect to Bigavale, because that's my brother. That's my little brother. I just spoke to Max motherfucking 2 weeks ago. That's my brother. Max tell you though, I've been outside. I'm from the building where the wave was invented.
Harlem been wrestling with that same pattern for years. Talent always been there, flavor always been there, swagger unmatched. But unity, that's where things fell off. That's why people started saying, make Harlem great again. Because everybody knew the city had the sauce but couldn't keep it together long enough to dominate nonstop. Too many egos, too much separation, too many artists not rocking with each other. If Harlem really locked in as one solid front the way certain parts of Brooklyn or Queens do sometimes, they could have been running the game game endlessly. Some of the coldest style, wildest personalities, and strongest cultural moments came straight out of Harlem. They just couldn't hold it all together at the same time.
That's kind of how I missed out on Max B. I'm just being straight up honest. And Jim ended up signing him because Jim seen the vision, but because Jim had an outside vision of Max. I grew up with Max, Charlie Rambo, nigga play all day. Nigga throwing piss on the bums, joking all the time. So when he came to me and said he gonna start rapping, I was like, yo, Charlie, stop playing. His exact words was killer. They were like, no, let's get this shit clicking like Dorothy's heels. I said, yo, this nigga play too much, man. So sometimes you gotta see the vision, but it's a lot of people that I seen that not necessarily still live in New York. They live outside of New York, and still people who live in New York will be like, Cam, I'm from Harlem. You gotta put me on, da 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 da. And it's like, bro, let me tell you one thing about Harlem. If you good or you hot, they gonna support. Harlem can't wait to branch on to somebody that's good and say, yo, these niggas is hot, or this person hot. Let's move, let's do it. Not only that, the other boroughs will pick up. Cause you know how many niggas from Queens or Brooklyn or the Bronx, everybody come to Harlem, or at least they used to. So niggas be like, yo, you got a Harlem nigga? You know how frustrating it used to be watching 100 niggas from Long Island get on? EPMD, Eric B, Rakim, motherfucking Bismarcky. And then you think about Queens, you think about LL Cool J, Tribe Called Quest, Nas, 50 Cent, Run DMC. The list goes on. Brooklyn, shit, Big Daddy Kane, motherfucking Fat, all these people. So in Harlem, we used to say like, yo, Harlem got a jinx, man. Harlem got a jinx. I don't think none of us ever getting on because nobody had been on since Dougie Fresh, Rob Bass, or Kumo D. It was a drought. So Mase came and broke the drought.
Cam didn't lie about any of that, and he also owned his part by admitting he slept on Max's talent early. It makes sense, though. Charlie Rambo was always the funny one growing up, always joking, always clowning, so people didn't realize how serious the music really was until it exploded. Even someone like Cam, who knew him personally, didn't fully see it until later. Now, everything is different. Right now, Max B is out here repping the brand heavy, standing next to Cam and Mase like he's been part of the franchise the whole time, and showing love in a major way. Shout out to Cam again, because he and Mase really know how to get things done for Harlem when they're locked in. Max is pushing the whole horsepower wave too. Pink horsepower, blue horsepower, the whole lineup. The promo is going insane right now. These guys are moving like real businessmen, putting in legitimate work, rolling out merch, branding and products, and building something strong for the culture, not just for themselves. For the East Coast, for Harlem, for the whole New York scene, this is huge.
Man, 600 horses. She guaranteed. Fuck, she'll love her too. She gonna eat you up. She gonna eat you for breakfast. Right, baby? You gotta be like that. You gotta hit her with the
It's been rough out here musically and energy-wise. The city needed something real to shake it back up. Something that felt authentic but still entertaining. This is that spark. Cam even said, that's kind of how I missed out on Max B. I'm just being straight up honest. And Jim ended up signing them because Jim seen the vision, but because Jim had an outside vision of Max. I grew up with Max Charlie Rambo, and I play all day. That line explains everything. Cam saw him as the childhood friend who always joked around, while Jim saw the artist, the potential star from the outside looking in. Two different frames, two different results. Now fast forward and you got Max back home standing next to the same guy who once overlooked him, and instead of bitterness, it's business, laughs, and new money on the table. That's real growth. And it's not just old stories, they're putting in fresh work right now, selling out spots like the Brooklyn Paramount and doubling back with more dates because fans are grabbing tickets so fast. Our fans, we just sold out the Brooklyn Paramount. Less than 24 hours, know we had to double back and get y'all another day. January 17th, Brooklyn Paramount, the double back. That's the kind of momentum you get when real history finally lines up with smart planning. Harlem isn't just screaming, we back. They're proving it with numbers, products, shows, and content. The wave isn't just music, it's a whole lifestyle brand at this point. Look, this isn't about hate at all. This is about recognizing what's really going on. Max B is outside heavy, pushing that horsepower product everywhere he goes, moving like a walking billboard with charisma. If you look closely at the footage, you see Mase in the spot, Cam in the spot, the whole Harlem lineup in the building supporting each other like a real unit. Max is wild in the best way. His promo game is crazy, his charisma is natural, and his swag is something you just can't teach. The man knows how to sell anything he touches, and that's why he moves like a real marketer without even trying. He's not stopping at branding either. He already announced he's about to drop new music, cooking multiple projects at once, and you can tell he's hungry to get back in the mix for real.
Dude, bro, what do you do for a living? Yo.
What's up, man?
What do you do for a living?
I'm an entrepreneur.
You're an entrepreneur? What's your name, man?
Max Bigavell, New York's
Okay.
finest. What's going on, brother?
You make music.
I make everything. I manufacture. I'm a manufacturer. I got the factories. I'm like Henry Ford out this month.
Henry Ford?
Yeah.
What's next for you? What are you working on right now?
I'm working on the Purge. I'm working on a few other things. I'm working on the Coke Wave Narcos. We're working on treats to come. Stay tuned.
What's one piece of advice you give to somebody watching this video who wants to do something similar to you?
Keep working, man. Put your head down. Keep pushing. Keep running. Don't complain. Max Bigavell. Signing out.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Have a good one.
Good.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. All right.
Thank you, bro.
Let him speak, let him work, and pay attention to the wave god because this sound might be exactly what the culture has been missing. On top of that, he's outside shoulder to shoulder with Cam and Mase, two Harlem legends who helped shape the style and sound of a whole era. Seeing Max next to them again feels like the city is waking up from a long sleep. And let's keep it tall. Some people are just built for the spotlight, and Max is one of them. He has that natural aura, that fly energy, that confidence you feel the second he walks in the room. The way he dresses, talks, and carries himself, everything fits the star role perfectly. He even keeps the wild promo banter going, like when he said, "Man, 600 horse seeds, she guaranteed, F her eat, fear. She'll love her too, she going to eat you up, she gonna eat you for breakfast, right baby? Be like you up," that's pure Max. Off the wall, funny, and unforgettable. Max B been moving humble and official since he touched down, and a lot of Harlem is rocking with him heavy. This whole situation is the ultimate link-up, no question. Max came home and started doing amazing, doing better than plenty of people who've been outside the whole time. I'm not dropping names, but let's be honest. He's doing better than a lot of dudes still tied into the street cycle right now. And we all know the history. The question everybody keeps asking is whether the old beef will ever get mended so Harlem can really stand together again. The truth is, Max doesn't even need the other side right now. He's proven it loud and clear. He's moving strong without any cosign from his old circle. And you know exactly who that points at. He already has the ultimate cosign standing next to him, and with the way he's moving, the only direction left is up. Max B is making the right plays, building the right relationships, and lining up the right opportunities step by step. Got that horseman, that horsepower baby is Max Big. I use it myself. Even his product talk sounds like a hook, and this isn't just good for him, it's good for everybody. Good for New York City, good for Harlem, good for the whole East Coast, and good for the culture worldwide. People need to see unity again, especially in an industry where things get messy quick and small issues blow up into huge divides. I don't know if Max is going to sit down for a podcast immediately, but if he's around Cam, then we all know what Cam does now. That media door stays wide open. He might even pop out in a suit. Don't be surprised if you catch him on Talk with Flea or see him slide onto It Is What It Is, because once you link with Harlem creatives like Cam and Mase, the sky is wide open. Now, when Harlem connects, the creativity hits a different level, and it really feels like these guys might be stepping into a brand new era together. From where I'm sitting, Max B has been making nothing but smart moves since he came home, and the results are speaking louder than any rumor ever could. Salute to everybody showing him love and putting him in the right rooms. Shout out French, shout out everyone playing their position. But nothing hits like that home connection when somebody knows you deep enough to call you Charlie Rambo and not just Max B. That's real history right there. Now the question floating around is, will Joe Mo feel a way about all this? Knowing there's tension between him and Cam and seeing Max slide into that Harlem media rap triangle? Maybe he feels boxed out, maybe he doesn't. But honestly, everybody just needs to sit at the same table eventually, make money, and bring that New York energy fully back. If Max stays focused on music, the sound has to return. Real melodies, real Harlem flavor, real wave vibes. If he ever sits behind a desk and talks his truth on camera, he's blowing the internet up instantly, no doubt. Either way, as long as the wave is moving, the culture wins.